Let's start with the jobs numbers because they came in, I think, at least relatively strong. How did you interpret them?
I saw it the same way. Look, the population only grows by about 50,000 adults a month. So anytime you have 250,000 jobs, you're growing at a rate that you're not going to be ultimately able to sustain. It shows that still the economy is looking quite strong, no recession soon. You saw wages tick up. So the good news is economy looking robust. The bad news is not much evidence of inflation restraint yet in train.
Of course, when Jay Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, spoke earlier on Wednesday, he didn't know what those jobs numbers were, I don't believe. At the same time, what he said anticipated just what you just said, is that inflation continues, they're going to have to keep hiking. I assume you thought what they did made sense.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of bouncing around immediately after the statement, but after Chairman Powell's press conference, I thought the necessary and right signal has been sent that the Fed is determined to stay the course with respect to inflation, that a sensible judgment of where the terminal rate, how high Fed funds will ultimately have to go, has gone up given the strong inflation numbers, the strong employment numbers that we've seen, and that the Fed is determined. So I thought those were very much the right kind of signals for the Fed to send, and I think it's appropriate. I think we are starting to get some little suggestion in the data. We don't know yet, and we always have to remember about lags, that the effect of interest rates on slowing the economy might in toto be somewhat less than many people supposed. And if that's right, I think it's going to be pressure for interest rates to be pushed up further in order to get done the necessary inflation restriction. So I'm moving upwards my view on the possibilities for the terminal rate. It's not what I would expect, but it would not surprise me if the terminal rate reached 6 or more. And I think the Fed has to be noticing that there's been started to be some upwards moves in inflation expectations, albeit from low levels. And that's got to be a source of concern for them as well. Nothing in this data to support the concerns of those who believe the Fed is overdoing it. A bit in this data to support the idea that the Fed's really got to be very determined to stay the course.